Good morning, guys. So basically, before we start this presentation, we want to give a special thanks to Miss Denise for letting us host it here in Spanish. And also, we want to thank you guys for coming and supporting us and choosing this me time to listen more about this important topic we're going to talk about. So the topic, the name of our presentation is The Way of Success by me, Jessica Aragon.
Jillian.
Brianna.
And this is about understanding and supporting our youth.
Now, guys, this is our friend Bobby. Like, imagine if he was spending hours and hours studying, like skipping sleep, and then he still worries about failing. Like, how do you think it affects their mental health? Think about it. Speak with a friend. Okay, guys thought about it? Like, wanna raise your hand? Wanna talk about it? How do you think it affects Bobby's mental health?
It might make them grumpy or like they can't concentrate in class.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anyone else? Yeah?
Discouragement?
Huh?
Discouragement?
Yeah, that could be a reason too. Demon? More anxious, yes. All of those like factors you guys all said could like be like it, you know?
Yes. Okay, so.
Before we start, could you guys fill out the survey? You guys could scan the QR code on your phones, and we use this to have feedback for what you guys already know on the topic.
Yes, those probably take like less than 3 minutes. If you guys do it, it would help us a lot. When you guys are done, you guys can put your phones down to like know when we could resume our presentation. Okay, everyone's done, so we're gonna resume.
Okay, perfect. So, what is academic pressure? Academic pressure refers to what students might experience, like stress or anxiety, due to the demands and expectations placed on them. So, like, some examples of academic pressure are like parental expectations, teacher expectations, and like peer pressure. Like, yeah. Imagine if like your parents are like super like strict on you, and then they want you to like achieve higher grades and then like attend like the top schools like Ivy Leagues. Yeah, this is like academic. This is like an example of academic pressure.
Sorry.
Alright, guys.
Okay, this is our data of what happens as a high school student. So 68% of high school students feel pressure to get good grades. And then it reports finding that 63% of 15-year-old girls feel like like more pressured, I guess you could say. And then 30% of high school students feel overly whelmed by academics, like feeling to like get good grades or to pass all the classes, to graduate, to just do good for their parents. And then another report indicates that 20% of high school students has really considered suicide, and 9 have attempted to do it. So like all of this data shows that like high school students like do get overwhelmed when it comes to academics.
Okay, so this is how can it affect us as students?
These are some academic pressure effects on our mental health. Some of it is increased anxiety, depression, social withdrawal, burnout, like not wanting to do homework or not even doing work at all. And there's also decreased performance or motivation, so you won't feel motivated to do your work or just any assignments in general.
So this can affect us internally and externally. Some of the external effects could be social withdrawal. So basically like avoiding friends, family, and due to activities of like for stress. Conflict with our family or peers. Sometimes we get into arguments about like grades or like different discussions about like how we're doing in school, and that could really affect our mental health. And another one is basically physical health issues. We could get headaches, stomach aches, and many other things. I know it happens to me when I'm stressing about like a test or an assignment. I usually get like headaches and they're really bad, and that could like affect us. And then also the last thing could affect our sleep and concentration issues. Sometimes we're overthinking or we're studying like late at night, and the next day we're probably feeling really tired and we can't really concentrate properly on our things. And then the internal effects that could happen to us is also stress and anxiety. Constant thinking of work and like things we have to do in school could also like affect us, like grades, exams, and stuff like that. And low self-esteem, sorry. Sometimes if we're not doing good, we can make negative comments about ourselves, like thinking like really negative, like basically like, oh, we're not good enough, or we suck, or like stuff like that, right? And that's not really good for our self-esteem. And third of all, it's burnouts. Basically, when we have burnouts, we feel too exhausted to like focus on what we're doing, and even after trying really hard to study for things. And then lastly, it's mood swings and depression. When we have too much pressure on doing well in our school for academically, it could lead to a lot of like sadness, because with too much pressure, sometimes we can't handle it because we're all human beings, you know?
These are some signs you might be struggling with academic pressure. Emotional change, sleep changes, physical symptoms, social withdrawal, and academic issues. Sleep changes, meaning like if you sleep too much throughout the day, like after school, if you just sleep throughout the whole night and just not do anything, that could be also a sign. And then physical symptoms as feeling like nauseous, like having headaches, stomach issues, like that could be a sign that you might need to reach out for some. And social withdrawal, like leaving your favorite hobbies, not wanting to go to school, not wanting to be with your friends, like just being by yourself. And then academic issues, like not just doing your work, like not getting your homework turned in, not listening to the teachers, all of that stuff could be signs that you might be struggling with academic pressure.
These are some ways to get help. These are some coping mechanisms that you could use. You could do self-care, such as like taking a shower, like going for a walk, or like just getting off your phone. There's also other things you could do, like maybe do a hobby that you guys really enjoy. There's also setting realistic goals because if you set goals way too high, you're never gonna reach it, and you're just gonna have really high expectations. And you can also focus on what you can control instead of what you can't control. It's also good if you build good study habits and fix your time management so you won't be as pressured.
So like significant help is like you could do like hotlines, different hotlines, or like a crisis text line. So like you could contact the LA County Department of Mental Health. It's their hotline is 24/7, so that's their number. And then the LA Crisis text line, like just like if you don't want to call, you could just text them. And then like in person, you can talk to like one of those mental health counselors on our schools, or you could talk to like a trusted adult, to like your parents or like one of your teachers. So yeah.
Before you go, a lot of our mental health counselors on school, they're really nice and they will listen to you guys. We also have, is it peer counseling? You guys could also talk to them, and there's group counseling too, and that could help you. If you're facing with whatever, it could be academic pressure, it could be different things. Those resources we do have in school, so they could help you guys if you guys ever need help.
Okay. This is another survey.
Last one though.
Yeah,
Last one though.
though.
These are final thoughts. Another feedback to us for our research.
Yes.
And also, if you guys have any questions too, you guys can also ask us. Thank you
Thank you
guys for
guys so
listening.
much.